All right, today is January 18th, 2026. We have Donnie on the phone. We're learning how to control our multi-view here at Saugatuck Church. So, Donnie, go right ahead. And by the way, Stefan and I had a little review before of what we want on the lower screen and the upper screen. But of course, we welcome your insights and thoughts on that.
The multi-views, you have to treat them like your car seat adjustment, up, down, back, neck, everything. So it's very personal preference to the operator. Under dashboard, when you go into the frame, you'll go into configure, listed right here on the left. You'll double click it, and it will bring up this menu, and down below, in pretty much the middle, you'll see something called multi-view, not multi-screen. Don't use this. Use multi-view. And you'll notice there's MV, VP1, MVIO1. So let's talk about what these stand for. MV, multi-view, VP stands for Video Preview 1. And this is like the director's screen. This is what shows you preview program, and it gives you 8 boxes for 8 cameras. Now, this could be laid out differently. We'll come back to that. MVIO1 stands for Multi-View Input Output 1, meaning you can use it to view inputs and outputs. Traditionally, that's what it's used for. However, these are more or less completely customizable to anything you'd like. So, the menu structure is pretty much identical on both these pages. So Multi-View VP1, which is what you've had for the last, coming up on almost 5 years now, you'll have the same menu structure. So as the new one we just added. So there's a button up top called Layout, and this allows you to pick all of these canned configurations. For the sake of today or in general, I recommend leaving it the standard 2/8 is what we call it. That's kind of the industry out-of-box standard. Yep. 8 cams. Doesn't mean you couldn't do like a 2/12 or any one of these flavors that you like. Okay.
So many choices.
Yep. So I would say leave this alone. For today, at least. And everything I'm talking about applies to the second multi-view. So the whole workflow is the same, right? So if I talk about how to assign things or do a layout in one, it's the same workflow in the other, right?
Yep.
So we'll stay in this one for now.
Yep.
Sorry, you have a question?
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'll try and be quiet so we don't get the delays.
All right. So, in this layout, let's say you have your layout chosen. And again, the layout, you could choose a different layout per multi-view. You can click any one of these boxes and you can pick anything in the system to assign to that box to view it. Physical inputs are available here. Internal things to the switcher, like the media, like the steeples. The M's stand for media. So you could put the steeple icon as a box if you just always wanted to see that the steeple is in the media player. Aux is an advanced thing that we could get into later. MEs are an advanced thing that we could get into later. And Canvas is very, very advanced. It's like making a custom layout of a bunch of boxes, like a newscast. So you have all your physical sources here. So you can customize this any way you like. So if we go over to Multi-View IO1, I'm going to pick, say this layout, right? And I'll do Cam 1, Cam 2. I'll make this Hoskins for fun, and I'll make this one Pro Presenter for fun. And you should be seeing that on the top.
We do.
Multi-view now.
We are, yes, absolutely.
So again, it's the same workflow. You can lay things out I recommend leaving this as is for today.
Correct.
And then up here, if there's something you'd like it to be, tell me, and we could do this together right now and lay it out. So how many boxes do you think you need?
We were thinking the 16 is probably what we're looking at, but that's what.
All right. So if it's the 16, then we should do everything 1-to-1, right? So camera 1, camera 2.
Well, not necessarily, Donnie. What we were thinking is that the lower screen would be, because we also have to adjust the buttons on the carbonite surface as well. And what we were thinking is that the 8 buttons that we have would be primarily the 4 cameras we have in the sanctuary that would arrive, and then for the 4 more for what you have our inputs in Hoskins Hall.
Got it.
And then the shift on that, and we think that gives us 16 together, would be some of the inputs from around the building that we don't use very often, but we'd like to have, those inputs shown so we can know when somebody plugs it in, and we can access it just by doing a shift 3 or a shift 4 or something like that.
Yeah, so we would call that normalizing it or making things 1-to-1. So I would have your top show everything. You really have about, you have a little more than 16 inputs. You have up to 24, but you're really only occupying. I don't really use a zoom input anymore.
But we have
occupying up 18 of them.
We were thinking about using ProPresenter up there and the M1 up there, which is currently occupying space on the multi-view that we have.
Okay. Okay. So there is one limitation to this second multi-view. I misled you. I apologize. This multi-view cannot show the M's. That is the only limitation to this multi-view. Sorry, I misspoke. I forgot. There's some limitation to it. It does not have access to the media banks. I don't have a good reason why, but it doesn't. It's just a limitation of the software. So there might be a workaround for that. I'll play with that later. I know that I can assign it to something.
Yeah, and that may not be a big deal as long as we can press the button and get the steeple. But I know sometimes, after a reboot, we've had problems where that needs to be reinitialized and everything else. So that was our thought, was to put that kind of on the upper screen, but not. So do you want me to tell you the ones that we have that we suggest for the lower screen, which is the one that has the preview and the program?
Yes, just note that I can't remotely reconfigure the buttons on the switcher surface. That is a complete manual process that you have to do at the surface.
Okay.
So if we're going to do this, I don't know if we want to do this right before
we don't.
The service.
We don't.
So I think
is that something,
what I'd like...
Is that something Jeff could help us with this next week?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Jeff is going to come in. He's not going to come in to Monday. He'll be in Tuesday, and he absolutely can walk you guys through this and work with you to test and configure this to your liking.
Okay.
But I at least wanted to show you a quick preview of how to configure this, so you can at least maybe play and test it today, right? Just to understand how to get there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it is working, and we do have full control of it. So that's step one. I agree with your idea. So if there's a way you could maybe visually sketch this out on some graph paper for our arrival Tuesday, that would be huge.
I already have. I've already done it on my. We did it before the call this morning, so we have it sketched out.
Great. If you could share that in an email to me and Jeff, we will execute that on Tuesday. And this was a good introduction to it.
Okay.
Is that fair to call for? I'd rather not do this an hour before, because this could be with configuration and testing and doing the source surface. This could be an hour plus thing, and I don't think it's appropriate now, as I'm sure you agree. So
okay, so we're going to leave everything as it is. We're not going to make any changes this morning. Is that correct?
Sure. I mean, the one thing I might do just for kicks is I've assigned a bunch of stuff here, like chapel, and just out of curiosity, I just want to. And the Hoskins spare inputs, just so we leave it with fellowship, and wow, I forgot we wired all these rooms, huh? And
I know.
And Pro Presenter, and I think Zoom. Forgot where we ended up with Zoom.
Yeah.
So.
And that was
there you go.
And that was the whole idea, Donnie, is to use that upper screen for the things that we don't use very often, but we have access to them, so that when we do need them, they're there. And if somebody plugs in a
you visually get an indication if it's plugged in or not. It's a total dashboard, or it's a total utility if you. So, all right, I'm gonna get out a remote. I'm gonna let you guys to it. Mark, I'm gonna send a little bit of an agenda for this week. The next steps, as I told you yesterday, and you guys will see Jeff on Tuesday. Okay.
Great. You're going to send those QSYS images to me. You said you had some in your inbox that you're going to send them to me.
Yep. This is my first chance in front of a computer all weekend, so we'll go from there.
All right. Well, Donnie, have fun at Disney World.
I will. I'll very much be in touch. I'll be kind of checking in the morning and afternoon, and I'll send you guys an email. In the next. I'm not leaving till Monday night, but I'll send you guys an email. Before Jeff arrives. Okay.
Okay. So we should count on him here Mondays. Tuesday. Is that correct?
Count on him Tuesday. All right. So
have him let us know when he's planning on being here, so I can make sure that I'm here to support him, or at least make sure he has access.
Yeah, he'll. I think this will be a little more hands-on this time around. Because you want to work on SQ and everything. So, all right, we'll talk then. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.